Welcome to another episode of Constantly Calibrating. This week, I am your host, as always, Brad. We're going to talk about a little bit of platforming games this week. So we're going to give you a little intro music here, as always, and we'll get back to it. Alright, and we're back from music, everybody. So, unfortunately, we don't have Josh with us this week. He's semi on vacation, coming back from vacation still. But we do have Justin over here playing Batman, ignoring us.
What's up?
And we have Brian, who is here the way he should be, not playing Batman.
Yay. That's because I don't have Batman. So.
Yeah,
I'm kind of here.
I'm not playing any of my MMOs right now. I'm running the show, so...
Not my fault you don't have it.
Fuck you and your Batman. Damn it! If the PC version wasn't, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Fuck you and your Batman. So, we do want to go over this again. We have a sponsorship right now, from No Scope Gaming. So,
what do they offer?
They offer us a discount to you, our lovely listeners. You can use that at constantlycalibrating.com/noscopegaming. I cannot remember the exact details. Josh was on top of this, and I completely forgot to look up the details. If you guys
like
have it,
gunners?
Yes.
Do you guys like protecting your eyes while you play video games?
Don't mention gunners, though.
Well,
too late. Do you like glasses for gaming?
Yeah.
Batman was used no scope.
Would
You should try glasses from No Scope Gaming. They're great.
Here's the question: would Batman hit a guy with No Scope Gaming glasses on?
Absolutely.
He would.
But he also would wear them so he could hit them better with more precision and not have eye strain while he's looking at his bat screens, which are built into his cowl.
So guys, you can check that out for some cool gaming glasses. ConstantCalibrating.com/NoScopeGaming. Please look into that. Glasses are good. They help your eyes.
And they help us.
So, as I said, we're doing 3-man this week. But we're going to talk about platforming games tonight, and apparently Batman.
A little bit of Batman, not much
of Batman. Is there anything? Go ahead.
I was gonna say technically it's a platformer because he's running and jumping on suspended platforms and moving through obstacles.
It's not. Nothing what I'm doing right now is platformish.
No.
Okay, fine. Oh God.
Things just happen.
Things are happening on a screen that you can kind of see if you're watching the live stream.
It's on a stream now. I can't do it directly.
Wow, we don't have a lot of news this week, really.
Except for Marvel fucking going back on their word that Miles Morales was, going to be the.
No, he is
They
not.
never said that.
They never said
No,
he's the.
Peter Parker's dead. Peter Parker in the comic books is dead.
No, he's not.
Not in the movie universe. And no, he's kind of not.
Parker's not dead. Ultimate
Nah.
Parker is dead, which is why I refuse to accept Miles Morales, because Ultimate Parker was better. But Batman. But no, they're confirming a lot of different comics that are coming back after the whole Battle World Secret Wars thing, and they confirmed this week that Morales is getting a book, and it's just going to be called SpiderMan. And they've also, I think, confirmed Parker is coming back as the Amazing Spider-Man book, because that's his book, that's where he'll be. And a kid named Tom Holland is going to be Peter Parker in the MCU. Mm-hmm. I don't know him, and I don't know what he's been in. Is he good?
He's done Billy Elliot on stage.
Oh, well.
So he can move.
Well, I think because none of us know who he is, that might help him in the sense that this can be a breakout role for him. However, I feel really stupid that they're trying to, Morales or Parker aside, that they're trying to restart the series yet again close when they...
I don't think they're rebooting. Like, there's not a his reboot's not. They're not going to do his origin story.
No, he's going to show up in Civil War. He's already going to be Spider-Man, and then we're going to get a Spider-Man movie after that. And it's not going to be an origin story. It's just going to be you're supposed to know he's Parker, he's Spider-Man, he's dealing with his shit.
Got bit by a spider. Get it?
Yep. So
That's about it.
And he's much younger than they've used before. He's going to be
actual high school age.
Yeah, borderline high school almost. He looks very young, so I'm happy with that. I mean, maybe they'll get it right this time.
I like going with an unknown or like a lesser known.
Yeah.
I think that's what you need to do.
So, is there anything special going on that you guys want to talk about other than Batman? Because if not, we're going to talk about Batman.
Other than Batman, I think it's just, everybody's still feeling the shockwaves of E3 and trying to figure out, how much money you're going to actually put aside for any of the games you're going to buy later on this year.
I don't even want to think about my list right now. There's so much. So, Batman. How much time have you put into Batman?
Not a lot, actually. Probably about an hour at most. It's been dicking around mostly.
Do you know who the Arkham Knight is yet?
I haven't even met the Arkham Knight.
Wow.
Kind of disappointed. Like, well, I'll know if I'm disappointed or not. Like, from what I hear, like, it's going to get, like, super predictable, and you figure out who it is before you actually figure out who it is. I got to mess with the Batmobile. That's something.
Does the gameplay feel fun?
The thing is, like, gameplay's a little overwhelming. They added a lot of extra stuff to the combat. The movement feels a little different. They changed the buttons around, so it's not what I'm used to.
Can you change them back?
I haven't tried yet. I might try in a minute. In the Batmobile, it's cumbersome.
Did it lose a wheel?
No.
Did Joker burn an ash?
Actually, yes. That's how it's supposed to be. Which the E3 trailer kind of spoils. Spoilers for Batman Arkham City, by the way. Joker's dead.
Whoops.
Sorry, Brian. I don't know if you played it.
Dad. No.
No, he's dead. His body burns at the beginning of this game.
I never believe that because he always comes back. He has to come back. So that's nice.
This is Rocksteady's into trilogy, and I'm saying Rocksteady's trilogy. I'm not counting Batman Arkham Origins, even though I think that game gets a bad rap.
Who appears to be the main antagonist then?
Oh, Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one getting all the other baddies together. So far, I've seen Scarecrow, not in game, just like in story. Two-Face, Penguin, all around. You're supposed to have a lot of other people like Firefly and a bunch of other.
Did they bring the Cockney Penguin back? Did they bring the Cockney voice actor for the Penguin back?
The Cockney voice? You talk about Nolan North?
He did that?
Yes, he did that.
He did the Penguin?
He does more than just his own voice for films, including Christopher Walken professionally.
I didn't think he did the Penguin.
He did the Penguin. He's totally the Penguin. And Troy Baker is Two-Face, I believe.
Oh, God. Both of them in the same game.
Troy Baker is like everything.
Dude, they have been in the same games, and they're actually bonding over this and forming a bromance of their roles in Uncharted. So they're both in Uncharted as well.
I can't handle this.
No, okay, what you can't handle, there's a scene they did for, like, everybody knows a fan kind of funny. Like, for one to go away, they actually did, like, a surprise video of Troy Baker and Nolan North in the same room. Like, hi, what's up? And they're just, like, hanging out with each other. I think Troy Baker goes into a... I forgot his name. Jurassic Park. The Fly. Jeff Goldblum impression.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Baker goes in that, and Nolan North comes out and it's Christopher Walken. It's actually pretty awesome. But, they're both in this game. Granted, it's kind of weird because Troy Baker did an awesome Joker. And I hear there's teases of Joker voice in this, and I actually heard they got Mark Hamill for that. I'm not sure on that yet, but that's rumors.
That's all you need to sell me. If he's actually in it, I will buy it.
I mean, it's a big Batman game. And the great thing about this, it's a big city. Not the biggest one. Like, after playing Witcher, every world seems small to me now. Because Witcher just doesn't end. The city's huge. It loads only once. Like, you go into buildings and stuff seamlessly.
Oh.
Wow.
If I'm seeing it in the cutscenes, I hope I'm seeing it right and they're actually not pre-rendered. I can't really tell at the moment, but that's a good thing, I guess.
Right.
Because pre-rendered cutscenes with the in-game engine bothers me, but in-game cutscenes where like it's all happening in-game, that's awesome. In other words, I'm hoping if I put on alternate Batsuit, it'll show up in story.
Right.
And there's a lot of alternate Batsuits, especially if you got it for PS4. You get like the old Adam West costume, and a bunch of others as well.
So, apparently it's not running well on PC right now for some reason.
They're having some stuttering issues. With PC, Rocksteady kind of outsourced the porting for it, which kind of sucks. PCs, I mean, it's going to get better. Everybody's like, it's not running right now. But you know they're going to fix it. Also, PC has a nice, NVIDIA already did, look how much stuff you can do with NVIDIA trailer, like with the volumetric fog and all that stuff, which actually looks really nice. It's going to look good. It's going to run good eventually. They just got to figure it out. It kind of sucks that they gave it to, outsourced it for porting it, but whatever. They'll be fixed. But, I mean, vote with your wallets. If a game doesn't work, take advantage of that Steam refund right now.
I might vote with
Steam.
I might vote with my sketchy website that gives it to me super cheap.
Yeah, we will not mention that website or that we use it. But you should use Green Man Gaming. You could totally use that.
Oh, yeah, we have codes there, too. God. We need to get that scripted so that I can remember it.
We do. That's why I can keep pitching it like youtube.com/concalpod, but...
That's too slow. You need more coffee.
Yeah, that was too slow. Yeah, I do. I'm tired. I told you, man. I've been working like an 11-hour shift today, and I did that not much sleep.
I would talk about Final Fantasy, but y'all don't care.
Final
That's
Fantasy
correct.
a little bit.
I would talk about Final Fantasy 14 online, but y'all don't care.
Oh, I don't care.
I can say Chocobo. And that's about it.
Hey, if you're talking about the fat Chocobo, I'm all ears. I'm interested in the fat
Oh,
Chocobo.
okay. So I got him flying today.
Okay.
So he will normally run for the greens on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
To get him to fly, you put the green stick to the side. You don't put it up. It's still hanging off the side. And you put out this big orange stick, and it's got a big piece of cake on it, and that's what he flies for.
That's awesome. I want a video of this. Get it up.
Oh, it's really ridiculous. But I can't figure out why the other stick doesn't get put up. I wonder if that's like an animation bug, or if they're just like, screw it. Well, you can carry both sticks when you're flying. I don't know. So, Brian, you got anything else you want to hit? No? Yes?
Other than my
maybe?
360, I think I'd like to just, knock it into oblivion, but I have to wait until backwards compatibility is at full, Steam. So
For Oblivion.
I'd like to knock Oblivion into my Xbox One. Heyo.
Hey-ho.
All right, so
I'm really confused how that's going to work, because I'm a little skeptical about that.
I think it'll
The
work.
backwards compatibility or
It
the...
works. I'm worried about them continue supporting it, because they kind of dropped it on the 360. There's a lot of games on there, don't get me wrong, but they got to the point where they just say, I'm done.
The way I understand it is that it's not in their hands at this point.
Which gives them an out, which I don't like. So if there's games not showing up, they didn't request it.
But they've developed the emulation to a point where everything should run flawlessly.
So you could literally just do it if they wanted to. I think there's actually a voting page on the Xbox site. They want to know what games you want to see on Steam. Of course, Red Dead's leading that charge.
Right.
There's some dumb stuff on there, though. Why do I want Black Ops 2? Why is that up there?
You don't. Nobody, Call of Duty needs to go away for 5 years.
Of course, Mass Effect's at the top of the list. Elder Scrolls Skyrim's at the top of the list. Why that needs to move on top of the list, because I would love to play some of my Xbox One and not pull out 360. Also, Odyssey. I haven't finished it. I need to go back and do it.
There is something I do want to talk about, is the expansion for Destiny and how they're charging, how they're letting new entry, they're charging less for that when you're paying like 100 and, something from day one. They've essentially fucked over people that have had Destiny from day one. And
hasn't
a lot
all
of
their
people...
DLC the content done that?
Yes, but apparently this last thing really just kind of pushed a lot of hardcore fans over the edge. I lost being a hardcore fan when they promised me something that it actually wasn't. It is a great game for what it is, but it is not what they promise. And so it's so that's been one of the bigger pieces of news in the gaming community. That's kind of in the Reddits and all the other places on the internet. But yeah, I guess I don't like where DLC is going, as larger companies saying, well, we release this game, and sometimes we release this half-ass game, and now we're going to charge you extra for DLC on a game that we decided not to finish out, when DLC used to be something that added value to the game instead of extended value on a game. Like any of the Mass Effect ones or any of the older expansions or DLC packs, for games on the 360 or whatever the other consoles are. Is that they were either free or they were pretty cheap, and it actually made the game a lot better. Whereas Activision and EA have kind of like been fucking everybody over since Call of Duty and everything else, and it's stupid as fuck.
Well, I think Bungie has crossed the line here officially with not just, content lacking DLC at a high price, but they're releasing a physical collector's edition for DLC. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand a physical collector's edition for MMOs. They're usually worth it. 9 times out of 10, you only get that content once every 1.5 to 2 years, and it's usually the same amount of content as you would get out of a 40 to 60 hour game.
Mm-hmm.
So I can justify that. You want to sell me a pretty statue of a dragon with my Final Fantasy? Sure. If I got room for it, I'll buy it. I don't, but if I had room for it and felt like it was worth it, I'd have gone for it, because that's worth it. You want to sell me like a bunch of extra paper with a download? What? I don't.
And extra stuff in game.
Yes,
that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise.
And see, that is what DLC is to me. You want to. I like optional cash shop stuff. I'm okay with collector's edition exclusives because I tend to get them, but I don't. A physical collector's edition for DLC.
It's dumb.
It's really dumb, and I really hope that Bungie, I don't know, comes to their senses. I don't want to say suffers, but I want them to. I kind of do want them to suffer and realize they're screwing up. Not fail, but
they will, because they've taken 13 years of people that have trusted in their games and trusted in that they know what they're doing, and they've kind of said, okay, fuck that. We want to make money. We want to make this, and maybe it's Activision rubbing off on them, and with that whole entire contract thing.
I would attribute it more to Activision. I want to give Bungie the benefit of the doubt there, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So
that's my angry rant of the day.
Let me put it to you this way: I'm buying Halo 5. I'm not buying any more Destiny. I'm done. So.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 is awesome, but I can't imagine there's anything that's going to make me actually want to go play it again. It's not my type of game. The thing is, we can talk trash about Destiny all you want, but the reality is that people are still playing it. A lot of people are still playing it.
13-year-olds are still playing it.
13-year-olds are still playing it, but hey, they're making bank off it, so.
Well, the thing is, it is actually a great game, but they did not market it for the game it actually is.
No.
And that is my problem.
Right.
Because I still play it when I'm playing with my friends, and it's fun. And the matchmaking actually is a lot of fun. It's very quick-paced, and they figured out a lot of right stuff to do with it. But it's... Stand behind your game. Stand behind what you know that you've done right, and learn from that. Don't just go, let's try something new and not learn from everything we've done in the past.
Right. So, main topic.
Yay.
We are going to be talking about platforming games and the evolution and future of such. Brian, this was your idea here? I guess our rescheduled interview is kind of what spurred that idea. But what's your basic thought process here? How did you want to tackle this?
So, the interview that we are talking about is with Yacht Club Games, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that has been rescheduled tentatively for the July 7th.
Next time.
Yeah. So next week's podcast.
No. That's not next week.
2 weeks.
2
I
weeks.
think.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got some time.
So look for that in 2 weeks. We're going to talk to them about Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight is kind of the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because we've gone through an interesting evolution with platformers where we started with a lot of these simple side scrollers that were for their time, great for their platforms, and really were what we were able to do with the limitations of that platform. And then as we got better consoles, we got more open 3D worlds, but that still went with the platforming mentality. And then as of the past 5 years, we've actually kind of gone backwards a little bit and gone back to either the 2D or 2D stylized platformers again. And it's to me, it struck me as interesting that the gaming culture is kind of recursed back to that. And so that's kind of what I wanted to cover. And so I guess just kind of starting out with is what were some of our favorite side scrollers, with NES, Super Nintendo. I mean, we can even go back to Atari if you wanted to. Like, it's essentially anything up until Nintendo 64, honestly.
Yeah, technically. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You got to consider
PlayStation, I guess, yeah.
Well, you have to consider, even though it's 3D, you have to consider stuff like Banjo-Kazooie. You have to consider DK64. They're 3D, but they are platformers.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm talking about, so that's like the cutoff point. And I'm talking about, like, so before that point, what were your favorite side-scrollers?
Well, I think I can speak for 95% of the population saying I started with Super Mario Brothers 1. At least in our age bracket. I mean, a lot of us started with that, and we stayed with it, honestly, I think. Other than...
I wonder what the first platformer is, because I think the first one I played that you would count would probably be Pitfall.
Pitfall is the first one that comes to mind. That and Prince of Persia.
Oh yeah, the first Prince of Persia.
I agree with that too.
Those two. There's probably one before that, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
Was Contra before or after Super Mario, or during the same time?
Contra was roughly the same time. I'd have to look up to see which one technically came first. Yeah, I guess that is a platformer. It's a platform shooter is what I would call that.
Yeah.
But still definitely a platformer. My favorites... God. I can't narrow down any one Mario game. Mario, Sonic, Contra, Castlevania, Megaman, they all have a special place in my gaming history. There's one for everybody. Metroid. So I don't know. I think I've played most of them. Most of the big names. I've played them. I've beaten them, and I could say they're absolutely worth putting the time into if you've never done it, even today. So I don't know.
So it's a good thing that Rare is releasing their 30 games, which a lot of them are
Battletoads.
Well.
Battletoads is a platformer.
You don't really jump,
somewhat.
I would call Battletoads a platformer.
I mean, it's a side-scroller, but...
The side-scrolling hover bikes, that's jumping.
No.
Yeah.
I still don't count it.
There's different levels. There's different levels.
But you don't jump platforms to platforms or anything like
that. It's hard!
It's hard doesn't mean it's a platformer.
Yeah.
It's more of a beat 'em up, but it is hard, and I do love it. I'm going to play the hell out of it.
I need to look at the list for that. I still haven't looked at it. I don't know. What else do you... I mean, God.
I mean, I know for me, and I've said this a million times on the podcast, StarTropics.
I never played StarTropics.
You really need to.
Based on the music I heard, I don't.
Fuck you. But it's I'd say probably for my pre-64 platformers, definitely Super Mario 3. I think is my top. Because, I mean, I love the original. It's great. But 3 was, I think, the most fun for me. What was it? 2 was just kind of like
2 was different.
odd. Yeah.
2 was never actually meant to be a Mario game. It was a reskinned game of another name that Nintendo, I think they bought the rights to, and they just redid the sprites and dropped them in and said, this is a Mario game now.
Yeah.
Lost Levels is what is technically 2, which we know Super Nintendo?
Yeah, I think it All-Star Collection.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember playing that on the SNES for sure. And then I'd say like Donkey Kong Country was definitely another one that I really loved because that was great.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong back to the forefront. That's nice.
Yeah, and there's been a resurgence there recently too, though, because they did the one on 3DS and then they did Tropical Freeze on the Wii, which it is straight up, even without Rare behind the wheel, it is still a hard as balls Donkey Kong Country game. That it's a little more forgiving than it used to be, but it's still hard.
Yeah.
'Cause I got to level world whatever map 2, and it's a struggle. So I don't know. Justin, you got anything that's really special and sticks out for you?
I mean, recently Shovel Knight. I mean, God, I wish they were here because we just gushed all over it right now.
Save
I
your
mean,
gushing.
I gotta say, like, my probably favorite one is, I mean, I love Super Mario World. But without going to World, a lot of great 3D ones too. I mean, we already went through like Banjo-Kazooie 3, Donkey Kong. I mean, Ratchet and Clanks, if you count those.
Yeah. Ooh, Ape Escape. Ape Escape was fantastic.
Never played Ape Escape.
It's
Definitely worth it.
okay. It wasn't that the game you're like, hey, we got dual analog sticks. This is what you use it
Yeah.
for. Yeah. Ape Escape. Go for it.
What does Contra qualify as? Is that a platformer?
That's more of a shooter, though. Like,
Is it though?
I actually never played Conquer all the way through, or barely at all. Now I'm thinking about it.
It's one of the best games ever with one of the most disappointing endings, I swear.
I'll play it in the in the collection. I'm
The
assuming
rare,
it's in there.
yeah, the rare collection. Yeah.
That's one of those games I kind of like bypass. Like, I hear about it, I've seen a lot of stuff about it, but I never played.
Yeah.
I think I tried. Was it a re-release on Xbox? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was live and reloaded, and
Yeah.
they took out the awesome like 4-player mini games and the Squirrels versus Teddies games, and I mean the story was still the same and it was upgraded graphically, but the multiplayer was way better on the original. So
maybe they'll bring that back with the rare box.
well, here's the thing that they put the original cover art in there. So I wonder, did they just port that in there? Because that would be amazing. Because I love the Weasels loot game, the Teddies thing. Oh, it was such a good game. Such a good game.
It was. I mean, I love
So,
the classics. I mean, I love Castlevania. I love Megaman. Again, if you count those, a little different, not straight platforms, but still like it's action platform.
Mega Man is totally a platformer, dude.
Yeah, love him. Which I hear they're actually going to do a Mega Man collections coming out soon as well, which would be nice.
Yep.
Fucking blocks.
Well, and then because who's the guy that makes Mega Man? Because he has the IP, and Capcom doesn't want to do.
No,
He doesn't. He no.
Oh,
That's
The
why
guy
he's
who-
doing Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, Mighty Number 9.
Right.
Which, yeah.
Was it Kenji Yufune? Or something?
Inafune, yeah.
yeah. So I'm excited for that because I'd like to see where he goes with that in that same style, because it looks like it's another one of these more recent platformers that's going to kind of mix different aspects of the 2D and the 3D, and I'm excited. It should be good.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm hearing about Mighty Number 9. Like, people are saying it's good. It's definitely a Yufune game, but it's not Mega Man.
Right.
You know, it's kind of trying to give you that, hey, this is a new Mega Man vibe. It still feels it's different.
Yeah, but it's still Mega Man. Like, even though it's not.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
like, people,
everybody is just a clone of an original Mega Man character, you know?
I was like, everybody's like a hardcore Mega Man fan. It's like, it doesn't just feel like a Mega Man. But they still say it's fun. It's great.
It feels like, to me, more of the Battle Network transmission style. And if you ever got a chance to play Network Transmission, that was probably the best platformer 2D side-scrolling on the GameCube. Probably the only one, but it was such an amazing game.
We'll look around. Of course, I love DuckTales. You can't love DuckTales. Oh my god.
Woohoo! Jinx. All right. So some more of the more recent stuff. Little Big Planet, Battleblock Theater, which I haven't played.
Battleblock's fun. We actually we need to do a group thing on that.
Yeah, Battleblock's actually. I was surprised because I had not played that. Grabbed it for 360 a while back, and just it's insane. And the greatest thing about it, much like the announcer for one of the more recent Ratchet and Clank games, like the announcer for Battleblock Theater, just funny dude, great writing by Behemoth. So I really enjoy that game for sure. But I think the thing about the more recent platformers is that they've stylistically like diversified, and I love that so very much.
I know there's one that Kai, our friend Kai, raves about called Spelunky, but I've never actually played it.
Spelunky's pretty fun too. Just doesn't end.
Yep. And let's see. Oh God. Fucking Terraria. My gosh, that's. I mean, it's a platformer. It is totally a platformer. Once you Terraria and the space one, that's the same damn thing that we have.
Just gonna sit here and reminisce on everyone that just pops in our head like Earthworm Jim.
No, but
that counts. That's like a running gun.
Love them.
Yeah.
But no, Terraria and I cannot remember the name of the damn game right now. It'll come to me later. But they are platformers, but they're a new take on it because the world is completely destructible and Minecrafty. But
yeah, no, Minecraft counts. It's more of a crafting game, but at the same time, it falls underneath the umbrella of what a platformer is. But it's that it's diversified so much that there's not like a set like standard like there used to be of, okay, this is what a platformer is. It's become a lot more open to interpretation, and so like Portal's a platformer, but it's it has a little bit more freedom to it, and it's wonderfully well done. And God, I hope they make another one. They probably won't,
they will. They're just gonna combine Portal and Half-Life.
That's what they're waiting to do. Orange Box 2. That's what they'll do.
Well, and now that's what, another 5 years because he said it out loud.
Yeah. But to answer your question, probably my favorite platformer, I don't know, it's a toss-up between Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There's more Metroidvania video games, or whatever you want to call them now.
And then that brings up, God, what is it? Bloodstain?
Bloodstain, yes.
Bloodstain, which, oh my gosh. There's so many of these indie games popping up that aren't actually indie games. There's no way you can consider
They're totally
them.
not.
They're just stuff that the publishers have lost sight of, and I don't.
Some are starting to abuse indie games too. Like Project Cars already announced, like, "Hey, we're working on the second one. You want to start funding that?" It's like, you're selling the game, you're making profit. Why aren't you using that to fund your next game? Stop asking people for money.
Like Shenmue 3?
Actually, yeah, because Sony's totally fronting the bill for that. I don't know why they decided. They're like, go prove you could do it, and we'll match it or double it or whatever like that, which is what they're doing. But I think it's shady when it does that, and I think that's we're going to see it a lot more in the future. Like, you'll see Ubisoft starting to like, hey, we're supporting this crowdfunding game.
If I see Ubisoft crowdfund something, I'm going to lose my shit.
I guarantee you'll see. I'm surprised Yarny didn't pop up as that. I'm really surprised. That's something I could see being a crowdfunding thing.
No, because the only reason it wouldn't be is because that dude actually cares.
He does actually care, and this is true. He doesn't want to work
yeah.
out. He just wants to make his game about his little yarn trend. It's adorable.
Yep.
That we all know how it's going to end. It's gonna be sad.
We need to have him on this show.
Isn't Square like crowdfunding something or helping crowdfund something?
I wouldn't be surprised. And there's a lot of people that are like crowdfunding, and after it's like successfully funded, they're like, hey, we're going to swoop in and help you publish it. Is that cool, right? We didn't fund your game at all. We're just going to get it distributed for you.
We just want 10% of your profits, that's all.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's shaky. I'm getting like kind of finicky on crowdfunding right now, to be honest.
So, Brian, can you iterate on the subgenres that you've posted here?
Those are kind of now how we have to look at platformers, because there's not like a specific like here's these few games that you can definitely say are platformers, because so puzzle platformers could be Portal. It could be, I'm trying to think of other ones we have to kind of solve. I mean, I guess Little Big Planet would fall underneath that.
Yeah.
I missed the era of PlayStation platformers where you had like this weird ass stuff coming out like Tomba and Croc and Maximo and a bunch of other shit. Rayman, of course, also awesome platformers. All
Yep.
through.
I feel like Rayman would also fall underneath that, where it's you're trying to solve stuff to get there. It's not really a puzzle platformer, but I guess Cloudberry Kingdom is a platformer.
That's totally a platformer.
I don't know what it is, but
it's a bullet hell platformer. That's what that is.
Yeah. Or I guess that would fall under like an endless running one. But that's like Cannabalt or Temple Run or whatever else you would want to call. Or the Long Dark, not the Long Dark. What am I thinking of? Long Path. That's the one I was streaming a little while back. But Run and Gun would be like Earthworm Jim, Contra, those type of games where it's not just side scrolling, or it's not just
Broforce.
Broforce. Yeah, I would totally put that underneath there. Yeah.
Crash is more of an endless runner, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but you don't. Well, Crash is probably like the original Temple Run.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
But no, you jump. You have to hit Well, yeah, it is more of a run. Still, you're jumping. It's fun.
Where
Platform. You jump.
Where are you going with the isometric here? What is?
So I was thinking of like what came to mind was Crypt of the Necrodancer for sure, and stuff like where it's that top down isometric view, which is that just kind of the 3D drawn, but not quite actually 3D. It makes it look like it is. And really, Crypt of the Necrodancer was the only one that came to mind for me. I know there's other ones out there, but God,
Not really. I haven't played it. That's not really a platformer though. It's kind of like a rhythm based.
yeah, I guess
Something.
it wouldn't. It wouldn't be a platformer.
I love this podcast. Let's focus on platformers. It's not really
Well,
a platformer. It might be.
That's the thing about us is like we like our structure, but I think sometimes it's good just to let it flow and let us figure out shit, because we rely on our structure.
We need some Barry
lot.
White in the background.
We're just talking about games we like now at this point. But yeah.
Oh, no, okay, so platform adventure example.
That would totally be Super Mario 64,
Uncharted.
or yeah, or any of the Tomb Raider games, honestly.
Collectathon.
Any of the Uncharted. Yeah.
That's a whole other league right there, platforming too, which I love. And of course, I'm excited for God, what is it? New Rare game coming out, Ukulele.
Ukulele.
So I don't know as much about that game. So what is it exactly?
It's
It's
Banjo-Kazooie with a bat and a chameleon. That's literally what it is. I mean,
Okay.
They're even using the same font for the game.
New world, new characters, same concept.
So
I think they even have puzzle pieces.
They do. It's a Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, you name it. It's a rare platformer game.
Oh, they need bananas.
So
They can't. Copyrighted.
what makes a platformer game fun to play, or that we get so nostalgic that we have to come out with a game that calls upon all of the same tropes?
I would say the key to making a platformer work and compelling is the feel of progression. Like I instinctively think of like in Metroid and Castlevania, that next item that makes you a little more powerful, but also lets you access more of the world. Rare was also really good at doing this too. You'll get something else that lets you double jump, or you can throw something and pull yourself up, things like that. And in a straight side scroller, it's just your level progression. Harder enemies, your number of the world goes up, or your settings change, your surroundings, things like that. If it was just one level, over and over that never changed anything else. It was just skill-based. I mean, that would work, but would it be fun? Not for very long.
Okay.
For me, it has to be the game mechanics. Your game mechanics got to be on point. It has to feel good to play it, especially when you do something precise. And I love how, let's say we go back to Nintendo. Let's see, Mega Man had a certain feel to it. Like, you had to be accurate. You know what your jump's going to do. You know you get knocked back. You know you can kind of go through an enemy after you get hit. But Mega Man wanted you to take your time. It wanted to ease you into it. It kind of teaches you as you go along, which is awesome. Then we go to Castlevania, where it forces you to move forward. And it tries to let you know you can't sit there and judge that. You're going to have this like a Medusa head coming out of nowhere. And I love that, too. Of course, our first Castlevania, like, when you jump on that, you might as well buy it a ring because you're committed to it. You can't change your trajectory. They change it as further as they go, but I mean, it has to have good mechanics. And the thing is, it still felt good to play. Like, it was certain, and you knew what everything did, and everything worked the way it should. And of course, like, come more recent, Shovel Knight is just beautiful to play. Like, it has that nice 8-bit aesthetic feel, but it has like a very quick, just precise control mechanics on there, and I love that.
I wish I got it on the Steam sale. I was like, it can go lower? Nope. I hate it when I miss that chance.
You probably need to get an Xbox One version so you can, like, have that Battletoads mode, which is awesome. Like, get it on the PS4, Xbox One for those extra encounters are awesome. I'd probably recommend the Battletoads over the Kratos, though, from what I've seen.
I'm not a Kratos fan, so I would get it on
get the
Xbox
Battletoads one. Then, like, Battletoads is actually like a whole other level, but the Kratos one is pretty much just like a multi-tier boss fight.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
Battletoads is a boss fight too, but it's a funner boss fight. You actually get like the bikes and all that. It's pretty cool.
so what's the line between platformer and shooter brawler, however you'd like to say it? Because God of War could fall underneath that because you're not always just fighting. Sometimes you're climbing. Sometimes you're.
Well, for
doing
me,
other
like
things.
platformer, it sounds. I mean, it's in the name. There's platforms you're trying to reach. You're trying to jump from one area to the other and move around the level through precise movement. That's why I feel like something like God of War doesn't count.
Well,
Or
I
Batman,
mean, there's
for that matter.
actually there is some stuff in God of War, and you said Batman for that matter. I said it was before, but there's also some platforming elements to Batman with their AR challenges, like even in the other Batmans, especially like Arkham City, where you had to like glide to point to your Riddler trophies and actually land on a certain spot. So there's definitely elements, and one I can't believe I brought up by how long I played is Dying Light, amazing, first-person combat platformer. Especially if you play the new expansion, it's all about moving quick, getting point A to point B as fast as you can, and trying to traverse the level in unique ways. But
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I already lost my train of thought. Go for it.
So, like, in the traditional sense, the platformer on its own has kind of been absorbed, would you say, by other genres and integrated into mostly adventure games, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I think 3D, the advent of 3D, kind of forced that. If you want to make a 2D, you can still do a true, almost strictly platform game, but
which we'll see in the Mario Maker, which looks amazing.
Yes, that's going to be the platformer of the decade, I'm sure. But it's the platformer doesn't exist in the same way that it used to, just because of sheer evolution of the industry and games in general, I think. You can, like I said, you can force it. You can go 2D, but it's something different altogether now.
Yeah, well, and I think with the advent of 3D, it allowed for the evolution of what a platformer could be and what it would look like or how it would integrate with other genres. But I think that's what I love about indie games is that, you have stuff like Braid, Oni and the Blind Forest, and all these other ones that are stylistically, and they're really well done, and the stories are compelling, and they're beautiful games, but because they're not as action heavy or collectible heavy, they aren't thought of as platformers as much. I was trying to think of Deadlight. That's another one that's definitely a platformer that super fucking hard. Or maybe I'm just bad at games.
Is that the
I
one
think he is, but-
that was from the Gear Studio?
I think so. It was free on 360 a while back, and I tried it out, and it's actually a lot of fun for like a side-scrolling zombie game. And I didn't expect it. It looks really well done because I think it was done in Unreal Engine, Unreal 4. But yeah, and that's the other thing is that a lot of these new engines and these new ways to make games, they allowed for people to experiment with what exactly, how could I do this in such a way that it's not just 2D, it's not just 8-bit. And so it's I like where it's gone, and I like that it's integrated so much with other genres.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, platformers. Do we have anything else? Anything else we want to say about platformers this week?
I think that platformers, like as they were, are no longer in the mainstream. I think it's up to indie developers to really keep those going, and for those to keep evolving, both in the nostalgic sense as well as the how they work with other genres. But I think where they're at is good, and that it's natural, and I'm okay with that. As much as I think the industry likes to lean on, hey, let's be super nostalgic. I mean, even the other pop culture industries are leaning on that, because we have Jurassic World, which was great, but it's like, we'd like to be nostalgic for 20 years ago, and then now we have Ghostbusters. We'd like to be nostalgic for this so much ago, and okay, that's nice, but I want to see original properties. I don't want to see just the same stuff rehashed. So
Right.
and that's what I like about indie studios doing their own thing, is because you're not going to get these kind of rehashed IPs every single time.
Good. So, cool. I'm always going to have a soft spot for platformers in some way or form. Even if I look at it and I'm like, oh, I don't want to play a platformer today, I'm still going to have, a soft spot for all those I grew up on. And I'm looking forward to eventually playing Shovel Knight and
So good.
and Mighty Number 9 to not second one, but the first one. But you know what I mean. So,
I'm excited to play Unraveled. There we go.
I want to be excited for that game, but I find it so incredibly boring looking.
It looks beautiful, though. I mean,
It's
I gotta
a
see more on it.
beautiful game, but there doesn't seem to be anything to it other than just running and jumping. So
Yes.
but there's no point to it. Like you're just running and jumping.
Run out of yarn and die.
Spoilers! You're gonna ruin the end of the game.
Whoops.
All right. So, anything else we want to cover this week in general? We're good.
I think Justin probably just wants to get back to Batman.
Justin wants to play
About
Batman.
Shadow of the Colossus. Would you count that as a platformer?
I
mean, the
don't
platforms are the bosses, and you are jumping like point to point to figure out how to climb the bastards. But
I don't think I would, because that's just like a boss battle game, which I'm all for him.
yeah,
I'm
it's
all
a boss
for
battle game, but the bosses are the levels.
Yeah, well, but that's what I mean. Is like, I don't think it would count as like a straight up or even a evolution of platforming. It's just kind of
We threw a lot in here. Does not count as platforms.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
That's special.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. As always, you can find us in a multitude of places online. We are constantly calibrating.com. We are at youtube.com/ConicalPod. Is that fast enough for you?
YouTube.com/ConicalPod.
You had to stop. All right, we're all on Twitter. The absent Josh is at Bear Punch. I am at B_Cogs. Justin is at The Aging Gamer. Brian is at Brian McDaniel_. We are also on Facebook. Look us up there, Constantly Calibrating. And, of course, we have our Twitch here that you are hopefully watching, twitch.tv/constantly calibrating.
Give us a follow.
Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. You can catch Justin online at twitch.tv/theaginggamer. I myself am twitch.tv/OGZanos, Xanos, not a Z. And Brian is twitch.tv/ oh, God. And if you could spell that, you get extra points.
Big Daniels with Patty Smack.
What is your damn Twitch name?
It's my fucking gamer tag, you idiot.
It's your
Wayne-
fucking gamer tag.
Wayne EMC,
Wayne
which
EMC.
confuses the hell out of me because it's not your name at all. Oh my God. I'm
Wayne is my
sorry.
middle name, dude.
But how am I supposed to know that? You've never told me that.
We need to wrap this
I
up
know.
because I need to get down with another Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
Man.
God.
Yo. You're
Twitch.tv/Wayne EMC for the Brian. Like all of us. Also?
We have a lot of written content that's going up on our website. Check that out, and we have articles that are being posted weekly. So please do. And also Batman. So
You lost your light. Oh, no, your lighting's back now. There you go.
Oh yeah, I wasn't watching the
because
camera.
they moved the
I'll put this
desk.
up.
Yeah.
So I know there it goes.
So,
This is traps.
Brian, what music are we listening to this week?
It dropped.
So this week, from another great platformer, from Super Mario Galaxy, it's Gusty Garden Galaxy, and it's a cover by DJ Boosh, I believe. So that'll be playing shortly. Other than that,
All right, guys. So if you have something to say about platformers, leave us a comment somewhere. YouTube, Facebook, on the website. I'm sure there's article space down there. Twitter. That's going to be the quickest way to get in touch with us. Just rewind a couple seconds and grab our Twitters. Oh, yeah. And, of
Pigeon
course,
as
the
well.
main Twitter, at Concal... at Concalpa. God, I cannot talk this week. I'm sorry, guys. So,
It's okay.
Until next week, when we hopefully have Josh back, I bid you good sign off.
goodbye.
Bye.